Welcome to Kansas Speedway. Tonight we're back with the NAOR Cup Series, race number 11 of the season, as we're breaking that final push, the final half of the regular season, as we're getting closer to the playoffs for season 6 of the NAOR Cup Series. Tonight we head to Kansas, under the lights here from the virtual Kansas Speedway, as qualifying just about to get underway, as we're just wrapping up practice. At the top of the board in practice was Jonathan Jurgensmeyer with a 29.538. Jonathan Parker just 100 behind him. Jonathan Parker dominating the points so far this season, 77 points in front in the points lead. So he's looking to continue his dominating streak and become a back-to-back champion. We'll see what he can do tonight, but currently qualifying just getting underway. We got a few drivers out on the racetrack already, but these drivers are gonna have to make their one lap count. Only one lap for all these drivers.
Yeah, only one lap qualifying like usual this season. It's going to be very important to get a good warm-up lap down into turn number 3 and 4 and get up to speed quickly. You don't really have time to mess around and warm up those tires.
And that means you really need to maximize your pit exit all the way around. Already seen one driver spinning, but they'll just reset and they're able to get back going. But you just want to be perfect on that pit exit. You want to be perfect with your shifts. You don't want to wait too long. You don't want to short shift too early, because then they'll bog your car down and you'll really slow down on the outlap. But here comes Nick Hapiak, runs the bottom at 1 2. That seems like that will be the line here in qualifying. Cold racetrack. The inside lane really grippy down on the bottom of the racetrack. Nick Hapiak off of turn number 4. Practice, he was top 10 in practice, just outside the top 5. Hapiak across the line, 29.711. Only driver to set a lap. He'll go to the top of the board for now.
Yeah, there's more drivers currently setting their lap times. Brock Morris on the racetrack, I believe, on his flying lap.
Mark Morrison on the top side here, off the corner, off of turn number 4. He's going to drive it all the way down to the apron. Going to put it as short that distance as much as he can. On a 29.870, he'll go P4 on the board. Nick Hapiak looking strong right now, about a 10.5 faster over second place of John Osborne. But there goes Ethan Fonseca Moreno to the top of the board, puts it at P1 in that 88 machine with a 29.617. Jurgensmeyer slots into third. Now where's Jonathan Parker? Jonathan Parker coming out on the racetrack now. So where will he put it? One of our fastest drivers in practice. We'll see where that 48 machine of Jonathan Parker, where will he qualify?
That
Jonathan Parker. Jonathan Parker off of turn number 4. We'll see what he does here on his lap. Going to get all the way down, shorten that distance. Going to get right onto the apron. They're trying to shorten the distance the entire lap. Widen that entry as much as possible. He's going to take it to the top lane in 1 and 2, though. A little bit different than what we saw in Nick Hapiak. Jonathan Parker, 2 wins on the season so far this season. Very consistent. We'll see if he can make that a 3rd one tonight. He's going to take the top lane in 3 and 4 as well. Has the trust in the top lane, is going to work out for Jonathan Parker. Off of turn number 4, keeps it off the wall, shorts the line as much as possible, cuts the apron. 29.701 P2.
As Moreno stops out, as Peach goes to 4th place. 5 spot for Hunter Peach there now, as Kyle Taub, Josh Adams, Zachary Meredith, and Dylan Chappell currently on their laps. Josh Adams coming off of turn 4 here. We'll see where he'll place here with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Chappell goes up to 7th. Adams crossing the line. It's going to be an 8.58 that will put him in 10th.
Zachary Meredith going through 3 and 4 right now. He's going to run to the bottom of the racetrack. We'll see what he can do. 29.641 in practice. We'll see if he can back that lap time up. If he runs that, they'll put him P2 across the line. 29.863. That will go P12. Not the qualifying Meredith wanted there.
Taub, the last driver to set a lap here. No one else able to, as Kissenweather and Snyder already set their laps and they were invalidated. But so Cal Taub, the last driver to set a lap here. We'll see what we can do here in that 3rd machine off of turn 4. Ran the bottom line, turn 3 and 4. Coming to the stripe. And it's going to cross the line to 7.91. That will put him in 7th. Top 10 spot for Cal Taub there.
So a good start for Kyle Taub. Steven Maggio, 3 wins on the season. He is registered for the session, just registered. He's not yet to join, so we'll see if he does join. He'll have to start from the tail end of the field. As there he is now joining, so we'll see if Steven Maggio has anything for tonight as well. He's just joining the session, but that means Ethan Fonseca Moreno going to be on top of the board, and he will take it to the pole, or DI9 Designs Pole Award winner here for tonight at Kansas. With a 29.617, just under a tenth faster than the second place of Jonathan Parker. Really good lap there for Ethan Fonseca Moreno, as we'll actually kind of go a little bit backwards in time. As we'll get a little bit kind of a sunset race here from Kansas. But now these drivers getting ready to go for tonight's 116 lap event. So all these drivers are getting up, and we're getting ready to go here from Kansas. Let's take a look at our Coulter's Cards starting lineup for tonight's race here from Kansas. As we just wrapped up qualifying, Ethan Fonseca Moreno puts it on the pole with a 29.617. Jonathan Parker will start second. Starting third will be the 6 machine of Nick Hapiak. Hunter Peach in the 20 machine will start fourth. Starting fifth will be the 2 of Donnie Kite. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer will start sixth. Kyle Taub will start seventh. And starting eighth will be the 99 of Dylan Chappell. 22 of Josh Arnold, he'll start ninth, and running up the top 10 will be the 81 of John Osborne. Josh Adams will start 11th. Jared Skinner will start 12th. Zach DeMeredith will start 13th tonight. Brock Morris in the 05 will roll off 14th. Starting 15th will be the 14 of Nathan Lamont. Sam Wade will start 16th. Hunter Seaver will start 17th. And our last driver to set a qualifying time, the 71 of Mike Campbell, he'll start 18th. Steven Maggio, he'll start 19th. And Mark Kissmother around the top 20. And running our 21 car field tonight will be the 24 of Cole Simon.
These drivers green up here, and track position going to be pretty important here at Kansas, but probably one of the more multi-groove racetracks. We're going to make some moves here with the 1.5-mile track, and we'll see who can come from the back, who can kind of see where they're at, and we'll see if there's comers and goers throughout the race. Stages tonight will be on lap 29 and 58 as well, like usual. No cautions for the stages.
So we'll get 2 pace laps here. Ethan Fonseca Moreno will be our DI9 Designs Pole Award winner. There's 116 laps for these drivers tonight.
And one thing to note also with Jonathan Parker, he didn't get his first win until race number 7 at Le Mans, and then he won at Iowa the next week right there as well. So first 6 races, we didn't really see Jonathan Parker in victory lane, but he was just so consistent in those races. He still is the points leader coming into tonight's race. But we'll see if anyone else can really gain some points on him in the midpoint of this season, of pretty much a regular season. So
and we'll see where Jonathan Parker's starting second tonight. He's looking very good to hold his points sheet tonight, 77 points ahead. A very dominant performance so far this season, as he also he's our season 5 champion as well.
Yeah, he has 4 poles this season, 2 wins, 7 stage wins, 6 top 5s, all in 9 races. So just so consistently good this season. But we'll see what happens here tonight. Kansas, can anyone maybe close down that gap? 77-point lead. Kyle Taub in second, going to be starting 7th place here tonight. We'll see if he can maybe catch up to Jonathan Parker, and we'll see if we have a regular season championship battle. I think with the way things have been going, Parker looking to try to pull away even more in this regular season before the playoffs.
See how it shakes up tonight here from Kansas, race number 11 of the season. These drivers getting ready to make that final half of their playoff push, as we're getting into the back half of the regular season. Ethan Fonseca Moreno on the pole with his teammate of Jonathan Parker on the outside, coming to the unsponsored restart zone here in the sim. And green flags underway. We're underway here from Kansas.
As Moreno clears off of turn number 2, side by side for second though. Nick Kapiak and Jonathan Parker down the back.
Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Nick Kapiak to the inside of Jonathan Parker, side by side for that second place spot for now. Parker a little bit slower on the outside lane, lost the nose a little bit. They're going to be 3 wide for third as Hunter Peach sends it to the middle, 3 wide. Johnny Kite all the way on the bottom. Peach will clear for that spot, and now Kite tries to fight back on the bottom. Peach trying to hold the outside, side by side still for the third place spot as Kite on the bottom, but Peach going to get the run off on turn number 2.
As Kite got a little tight there off of turn number 2, as here comes Parker as well, giving Johnny Kite a good shove down turn 3. As Jonathan Parker struggling on the restart.
Yeah, falling back a little bit here. Not great on this pace so far. Trying to get back, trying to get settled in. As you mentioned, track position could be very important. He started very well, but now he's already mired back in traffic. He's stuck behind all this dirty air. That's definitely not going to be what not where you want to be. All dirty air here, especially very bad, and it can easily eat up your front tires if you just sit in it for too long. So far, Ethan Fonseca Moreno still holds the lead. Nick Kapiak right behind him on that back bumper of Ethan Fonseca Moreno. Everyone's staying on the racetrack. No one going to the apron this early. A single file for the top 5 or so. One driver way up against the outside wall there. The only driver against the outside wall there being Dylan Chappell. Kyle Tablo tries to take to the inside lane there. So far, everyone's trying to single file out now, trying to just get settled into this one.
Yeah, single file out for most of the field now. There's still some side-by-side action further on back, as they kind of single file and back out as well. So I think right now these drivers just kind of chilling out early in this race, not being too aggressive, trying to save some tires. That's Hunter C on the outside, got Nathan Lamon. So. And Hunter Cena will clear as one driver on the inside. So Mark Kissweiler there using that apron on the front straightaway, trying to gain just a little bit of time, maybe a 1/10 and a half or so, 2/10 possibly at most on the apron there. Through turn 2 he goes off the exit of turn 2, down the back. He's still going to get a good run on Lamon, has some draft up ahead as well. So Lamon kind of just stuck on the inside. Probably the better tire saving spot, but the outside definitely the better passing opportunity. As there goes Marcus Wimmer by for 13th.
So far, still mostly single file. Been very calm so far here early in this one. Note at the very start, Cole Snyder got sent to the pit. Got connection flags. Was sent to the pits there by the sim. So he is 1 lap down. He's currently running in 21st right now. But if he gets a caution, he will be the only driver 1 lap down. He'll be able to get his lap back. Kyle Top actually into the wall, not too far back off of turn 4 there. Nick Kapiak trying to close that gap down for the race lead, but Kyle Top gets it back going. He actually still has the run. But he gets to the outside of Dylan Chappell into turn number 1. He'll stay to the outside off of turn number 2. Uses the momentum on the outside. A really good run for Kyle Top. He'll slingshot around Dylan Chappell.
It was a pretty short stage into lap 29, so the drivers already pretty much 1/3 of the way through stage number 1. And I think the drivers, like I mentioned before, just trying to save their tires. I mean, Jonathan Parker, probably one of the best tire savers in the league, if not the best. Currently sitting in 6th place. Didn't probably get the best start that he wanted, down 4 positions in 6th. But still a good spot here. Maybe if you save some tires, you can be there at the end of the stage, perhaps.
Especially, and also with the stage, you get some extra stage points, but also got kind of play the long game. Save your tires here early. If no stage cautions like we used to be seeing here in the NAOR Cup Series, as a long run here, keeping the tires under the car definitely going to be important. You don't want to burn off your tires. You'll be really struggling late run, and you'll lose a lot of time. So these drivers looking to go anywhere from 45 to like 50 laps on fuel here. So that should make it, that'll make it about a one stop. It'll be a 2-stop race. They're not gonna be able to save enough to make it on a 1 stop. You need to at least go 57, which is not gonna be, it's gonna be way too long on fuel.
Zachary Meredith in the pits right now. Not sure what happened to the 17 machine. Heavy left side damage there. See what happened. Oh, hard in the inside wall. I think he just kind of running all by himself there. And off of turn 2, smack the outside wall, and then a hard lick in the inside wall there. Try to lock down that. Ooh, tough break fair for a 17 machine. Out of the next race.
Could be done for the night. After that one, unfortunate there for Zachary Meredith.
But the pack
Steven Maggio joining late. He's actually driven up to the top 10 now, as he just got, 11th, as he just got by Mark Kissenweather. A good run from Steven Maggio so far. Trying to chase down Hunter Sr. in front of him now.
Yeah, the pack seem to be closing a little bit on the front too. Moreno and Happyak, it seems like the top 6 or so kind of slowly gaining some time on the front 2 drivers, led by Hunter Peach there in 3rd. They're kind of slowly but surely gaining on those front 2 drivers.
Kind of a little pack. Every car separated by about a 10th or 2. Kind of separated from the dirty air, but everyone's pretty much staying below that first team. You see 1 or 2 drivers maybe occasionally hopping up there, as Kyle Tobb just did it, trying to get some cleaner up on the top lane, but mostly everybody sitting on the bottom of the racetrack, just trying to save their tires for the long run here. Just kind of staying around the same gap between each other, just dirty air, not allowing them to close in anymore.
Happyak looking to the race lead there in turn 3, ran the outside of 1 and 2, got the momentum down the back. Really pull slide drop here off of turn 4.
The roles reversed now. Moreno to the top lane, Happyak on the bottom. Happyak will stay to the bottom, cut the apron a little bit, tries to stay alongside. He'll slap behind Moreno. It's been Moreno with a just good enough run off of turn 4. He'll clear down to 1. That's actually an even bigger gap from that as well. So this is staying single file back to, a little bit further back. Hunter Sr. just getting passed by Dylan Chappell, and now Steven Maggio trying to take that 10th place spot away. He's going to follow Dylan Chappell into turn number 3. He'll cut down under, trying to get into the clean air. And so far, that stays single file. Now off of turn 4, as Zach Happyak tries to chase down Mark Kissenweather once. Ethan Moreno once again. Jurgens Meyer sitting there in 4th, just kind of right in between 2 cars there, right between Hunter Peach and Donnie Kite, just kind of sitting in no man's land for kind of a minute, kind of a second. Happyak trying to chase him back down, trying to chase Moreno back down, not able to get closer than about a couple tenths of a second.
Yeah, I think you can just kind of really see that dirty air, just a few car lengths in between each other. Just not really able to get to the back bumper of someone unless you're on the clean air, a different line than them, as we saw behind. I believe that was Dylan Chappell and Hunter Sr. Yes, it is. As they're side by side here, 4 and 9. You just got to run a different line. You got to run the very top side or the very bottom middle, and try to get as much clean air as you can to maybe make a move on someone, as it's going to be very tough to pass. It seems like everyone's kind of just locked in position after around 5 to 10 laps or so.
And these drivers this time are starting to really show, come into effect. But here comes Jonathan Barker trying to fight back on the bottom now, as he fell back a lot on the initial start. And now he's trying to drive his way back to the field, trying to look to the inside of Donnie Kite. Donnie Kite able to hold the run on the outside lane, able to stay clear. Behind them, though, Kyle Tobb running the outside wall, trying to close the gap in. Kyle Tobb really the only one to stay up to the outside lane right now. Kind of just trying to stay out of that dirty air. But Nick Happyak now, he goes to the outside in turn number 1, trying to get a run once again on Ethan Moreno. He's got a good run off of turn number 2, keeps it off to the wall. Looked like he got a little bit tight. It hurts his run just a little bit. But he's staying to the top lane. He wants that clean air now, wants to try and get that race lead. Happyak going down the front straightaway, going to get through the trial. Just closing that gap into Ethan Fonseca. Moreno gets right to his back bumper. He'll stay in the top lane in 1 and 2. He's going to stay right on that top seam of the racetrack. Going to cut down just a little bit, try to get the run off turn number 2. He's got to run, but starts to plow tight a little bit, loses the nose just a little bit with Moreno coming up onto the racetrack, giving a little bit of that dirty air, but Hapiak making ground on the top lane just enough. If he can get a good enough run off of 4, he might have a shot into 1 like he did last time. But down the front straightaway once again, he'll just stay into the draft, not able to get closer in about a 1/10 and a half or so. He'll get to the back bumper, he'll go back to the bottom and try and just fall back in line again.
Yeah, just so much dirty air here, right here at Kansas, and just so hard to pass on the bottom line. We'll see what he can do once the tires started to wear out a little bit more. They're about 8/10 fall off so far, so quite a bit of wear already in the first 20 laps of this race.
Yeah, we'll start to see the fall off a little bit more. They'll probably fall off just a tad bit more for the rest of this run, and they'll kind of plateaus after about a second and a half. But here comes Hunter Peach now to the bottom. Going to look for that second place spot on Nick Hapiak. Peach starting to come alive here in this final bit of the stage.
Is he
stage
clear?
number 1.
Yes, he is.
He'll clear himself off of turn number 2. Now he's going to kind of force Hapiak to kind of push him down the back straightaway. He'll slot into second. Now he's going to try and chase down Moreno for the race lead. Peach looking strong here in the later into this run.
Yeah, Peach doing a great job saving his tires here. Started in 4th place, has slowly worked his way back up to inside the top 3. As now he's going to look for the race lead. He's running the middle line. I think he has those good fresh tires. Same with Jonathan Parker in the background there as well.
Yeah, Jonathan Parker really fell off on the initial start of the race and fell back to 6th, and now he's looking around Jonathan Jurgensmeyer into turn number 4 as Parker will clear that double zero machine off of turn number 4 here as Jurgensmeyer tries to fight back, but not going to be close enough. But now Jonathan Parker up to 4th, trying to chase down the top 3.
Is off of turn number 2 to go. Almost to the end of the stage here, about 5 laps to go in stage number 1. And Hunter Peach win this stage. And can anyone really get up to Moreno? No one's been able to really get a side-by-side except Nick Hapiak one time. But other than that one time, Moreno's just been a few car lengths just ahead of 2nd place, using that dirty air to his advantage. And there goes Peach up top.
Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Peach trying to get the run, but just not close enough. The dirty air working well for Ethan Fonseca Moreno right now, out on the race lead. He'll stand in the middle of the racetrack and just give all the dirty air to Hunter Peach. Peach tries to cut down, trying to get some clean air on the nose. It worked out there a little bit into turn number 4. He actually got a good run. Now he's going to have to trap down the front straightaway. He's not going to be enough to get to the outside, but we'll see if he runs the top lane here in 1 and 2. He'll stand in the middle of the racetrack.
Moreno kind of switching his mirrors there as well, just kind of getting into the dirty air as well.
I think they're kind of doing that air block, as you see in real life. But Jonathan Parker, he's really going way up higher on the racetrack, just a few car lengths back between these top 3. And now Hunter Peach moves to the top lane. He'll cut under that that top seam off of turn number 4. Tries to get the run. He'll cut down to the apron, try to shorten the distance as much as possible. Parker will follow him behind. Now Peach with a good run on the back bumper once again. He'll go back to the top lane, kind of it gets a little bit of dirty air on the entry, but he's going to have the run off of turn number 2, but once again, middle of the corner, dirty air just slowing him down, and he loses more time to Moreno.
I think Peach definitely a lot better in 3 and 4, and Moreno better in 1 and 2. That's kind of what you've seen here so far tonight in the last few laps. But right there, Peach not great. Eggs off of turn 4, a little bit of a run, but not really much. Down to turn number 1.
Just not able to get within about a 1/10 or 2 right now. He just can't find his way by. Just trying to find his way by, but just going to burn up his tires a little bit too much. So he's going to be careful of doing that as well.
Coming off of turn 4 for the white flag in stage number 1. I think if Moreno can just keep this pace, and looks like he has about a 3.5 tenth lead over Peach there, he should be able to win this stage if he just doesn't hit the outside wall or get loose at all.
Moreno looking strong here in stage number 1. He's going to lead it from wire to wire. down into turn number 3, took the pole, and now he's looking to take stage number 1, get a few extra points, bonus points there as well. So off of turn number 4, Ethan Fonseca-Moreno will pick up stage number 1 here at the end of lap number 29, but will stay green. So now how does this strategy play out? The fuel expected to be around 45 to 50 laps.
Because now he's pulling a little bit from Hunter Peach, got up to about half a second now, and Moreno pulling out to an even bigger lead right now at the beginning of stage number 2. I think that's the clean air really helping his right front tire. He's able to rotate that car way better than a lot of these drivers behind him who've been stuck in dirty air this whole run. Moreno, the only driver that have clean air this whole time, pretty much. As here comes Josh Adams, the inside of Kyle Taub. This is for 8th place. On the lead of the second pack here in front of Hunter Sr., Josh Owen, and a few others. As they're side by side entering turn number 1.
Taub on the outside lane, trying to stay in front of Josh Adams. As Taub was one of the first drivers to move to the top lane early on in this one, and now is starting to pay the price a little bit, falling back to 8th. As now Josh Adams trying to find his way by, but able to hold him, fend him off for now. But now back up front, Jonathan Parker moves up to 3rd. He gets by Nick Kapiak for that 3rd place spot. As Kyle Taub gets on the wall there, as Josh Adams now fights to the bottom. So we have 2 battles on the racetrack, battle for 3rd between Kapiak and Parker, but Parker holding that clear for now. But Adams trying to clear in front of Kyle Taub here off the corner. You'll be able to do it now, but Taub's with a good run off of turn number 2. Does he have enough to chase Adams back down? But up the racetrack, Adams back to the bottom, and now Taub falling behind Hunter Sr. Sr. back on the bottom. As Taub hard on the wall off of turn number 4. Gotta be careful. That could have maybe given him wheel damage there. You don't want to have that this early in this one.
No, not at all. But right now, looks like Jonathan Parker got himself up to 3rd past Nick Kapiak. Parker trying to gain those spots back, try to get to 2nd place where he started. Hunter Peach, the only driver in front of him right now, as Moreno opens his gap up to about 1 second over the rest of the field, as Taub and Kissel are now side by side for the top 10 spot. Taub hits the outside wall once again off of turn 4, as Kissel with a good momentum down using the apron there, really clearing the turn 1. Not quite. They're still alongside each other. Entering turn 1, maybe a slide job here from Kissenweather. Looks like he'll clear off of turn 2, maybe a crossover move. No, he's not going to clear quite yet off of turn 2, surprisingly, because I think he could have maybe moved up in front of Taub there in the turn 1. But he's easily given 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, Kissweather will clear that spot for Kyle Taub, as Taub really starting to struggle with that right front, really getting tight into the racetrack. And now he's going to try and fight back on the bottom, but he's really struggling now. He can pit now and still make it on a 2-stop race. Maybe about just a little bit more. Probably want to go to lap 40. So Taub's suffering could end here in about 4 more laps. He can come down pit road. Kind of split the race evenly into thirds in about a lap or 2 here. But Taub really starting to struggle now. He's got to really pull it down as pit road as soon as possible.
As right now, I'm just a couple groups of cars together. The top 5 separated a few car lengths in between, as Nick Kapiak falls on the 5th. Donnie Kite 6th. Currently a little bit further off the pack. I'm in no man's land right now, as Maggio right behind him in 7th, up 12 spots. Marcus went up 10, so those are these are the biggest movers of tonight's race so far. It's still
so far,
either Fonseca Moreno.
Yeah, Moreno just dominated so far. He's really pulled away since he got the stage win. He was just a few tenths ahead of Hunter Peach. Now he's a second ahead of Hunter Peach, as Jonathan Parker's still sliding into 3rd right now, as Nick Kapiak is really starting to fall back down the field as he falls back down to 5th, as Jonathan Jurgensmeyer trying to hold off, trying to get by the lap machine of Mike Campbell. The field's really starting to spread out now as we're getting really late into this run. Not too far away from pit stops.
Now we'll see what the strategy is here. I think undercut could be very valuable as tires falling off about 1 second per lap compared to the fast lap time. So if you pit a little early here, you can maybe make up some spots, but also kind of comes the risk where you have a little bit more tire wear compared to the rest of the guys. So we'll see what the best strategy is here, but no one has come down pit lane yet. Actually, Dylan Chappell did pit, but he was only in his pit box for 0.9 seconds. Not sure why. There's a lap to go. He might have spun on the pit lane. No, he did pit, but he never. No, he did take tires, so it must just be which right there. So Dylan Chappell, the first one to come down pit lane, as Mark Kissenweather. Oh, spin! I believe that's turn one and turn two possibly for Kissenweather. As heavy right front damage.
No, Kissenweather got turned, but got a contact with Jared Skinner down the back straightaway into 3.
Oh,
they both went down.
Very...
Kissenweather hard on the inside wall here.
That was a weird incident right there. I'm not sure. That's
kind of met off the turn number 2. It looked like Kissenweather was coming down the racetrack a little bit, and Skinner came up a little bit.
Yeah,
off turn number 2 here.
This very, that's a very weird incident. I'm not sure. Skinner maybe thought it was clear, but I don't know why Kissenweather was going down. I don't know. That's just a weird incident.
I wonder if he was trying to get it on the bottom.
Yeah,
I think he wanted to come down pit road.
Yeah, that's. But no caution there. That's really good cost Mark Kissenweather a lot of time and obviously a lot of damage as well. Currently sits third in the points.
But Jonathan Parker down pit road is
Black
also
flag.
Hunter Puch as well.
Black flag, Jonathan Parker.
Crucial pit road mistake there for Jonathan Parker. Did not want to see that. And now that's going to pretty much end his night. Every stay green.
Not sure. Probably must have been for speeding, most likely on exits. So that's
Jonathan Parker.
Unless he went above the white line, coming off the pit lane. Because if it was
Jonathan Parker,
if it was on entry, he would have already served the penalty. But
yes, speeding on exit there for Jonathan Parker. Across the line, he was going 51. So yeah, he definitely got a pit road penalty for too fast exiting there for Jonathan Parker. But Hunter Puch, he also pitted there. He's currently sitting 16th now, 1 lap down. So we'll see. He was only about a second back from Ethan Van Moreno. With this undercut, he could jump out in front of Moreno, and that will allow him to maybe kind of play some air blocking, kind of play some dirty air games. Now Moreno will come down pit road.
Yeah, so Moreno stay out about 3 laps longer than Puch. So Puch should have a 2 to 3 second advantage if he's been pushing his tires as much as he can. So we'll see how it plays out as Moreno down pit lane, the race leader. Got to give up the race lead for the first time tonight. This Parker serving his penalty still, so he's gonna go probably around 3 or so laps down. As there goes Parker off the pit lane now. But where will Hunter Puch cycle out? It says he's going through 3 and 4 now. That's Moreno dropping the jack right now. His pit stop's done. He's coming off the pit lane. He's out of pit lane, and here comes Puch though, crossing the stripe. It's gonna be very close off the exit here, turn number 2.
Yeah, Puch down into turn number 1 here is trying to get in front of Moreno. Moreno on the pit exit now. He'll merge back up to the track. Puch will fly by him there up to speed as Moreno tries to get back up to speed. So Hunter Puch jumps in front of Ethan Moreno. About half a second maybe, but now it's even closer as now Moreno up to speed, gets a really good run on the fresher tires now. Gonna go down to the bottom. This is the battle for the net race lead. They'll go side by side on the one. I think these 2 tires will play off immersely for Moreno as he will jump way out in front of Hunter Puch, and it will clear for that net race lead. So Ethan Moreno, the new tires, no problem. He'll fly by Hunter Puch there.
Sound peeling a bunch of these drivers go as Donnie Kite. Good period of entry. Kind of went a little bit hot on entry, but got loaded down in time. No black flags, it looks like, for any of these drivers.
I believe that's the longest everyone could go. Pretty much everyone that has stayed out that long, everyone down pit road at the exact same time.
Yeah,
so that's pretty much everyone on the left side pylon, on the left side of your screen, everyone down pit road. Nathan Lamont stays out of the racetrack, and Josh on the one extra lap. We'll see how much longer they will go.
Looks like they come in this time.
Lamont will come in this time. Arnold will do the same. So that means Ethan Moreno next time by, he'll take the race lead back.
As Sam Wade black flag off the exit of the pit lane. Must have been for speeding there in that 27 machine. Yeah, drops the jack right there. Yeah, must have just got speeding. Which usually it's interesting, usually speed happens on the entry of the pit lane, not really the exit, which is the second time we've seen that tonight. Just trying to push as hard as you can off the exit pit lane. That's just very important here, and everyone taking 4 tires, no one taking 2. Not too surprising there. The stage almost over here. We only have about 2 more laps until the end of stage 2. So we'll see how racing these drivers get off the exit pit lane with these new tires. Also got to watch out for the cold tires as well for the first lap or so.
Ethan Moreno leading pretty much the majority of this race, dominating so far tonight, and he's trying to pull away from Hunter Peach. Hunter Peach did a few lap undercut over Ethan Moreno, and he's starting to fall back a little bit, trying to stay within touch, but Ethan Moreno looking for a clean sweep tonight of all 3 stages, and trying to take that race win. But so far, Hunter Peach trying to stay close, but the next driver back from Hunter Peach will be Mark Kissenweather. Actually, well, that's the next driver running on the racetrack, but it'll be Jonathan Jurgensmeyer sitting in 3rd, 4 seconds back from the race leader. So these two have been the dominant ones so far tonight, and Ethan Moreno even pulling away, looking to dominate this one tonight. But still a long way to go. A lot of mistakes happen. We can see Moreno, maybe, or Peach, both make a mistake on pit road like Parker did. Parker now 15th and 1 lap down, so he will get the free pass if we get a caution. We'll see. It's still a long way to go in this one. A lot can happen. A lot of different pit strategies can play out as well.
Yeah, definitely. And still have at least 1 more pit stop left in this one as well. As Donnie Cut getting chased down by Josh Adams. These 2 drivers on the same tire laps, around 3 lap old tires for both these drivers. Sam Wade down pit lane serving his black flag that he got earlier. As Nathan Lamont, John Osborne side by side for 10th. Osborne to the inside, looking for a slider here off of turn 4. Not able to do so quite yet. Lamont stays on his outside for now. The top 10 position.
Lamont trying to fight on the outside lane, but now John Osborne clears that into turn number 1 there, as Osborne to try and pull away for that top 10 spot. As so far, those 2 closest on the racetrack, but now we have Donnie Kite, Josh Adams not too far away from each other. The battle for 6th there. Donnie Kite sitting there in 6th. Josh Adams right there in 7th, right behind him a few tenths back. Trying to chase him down for that 6th place spot. They're not too far behind Stephen Maggio as well, about a second up the road as well.
Yeah, so definitely interesting strategies here, and there's a lot of different, not a huge difference in tire variance, just a few laps in between them, but a few laps is all it really takes to make a big difference over the long course of the green flag run, 40 plus laps. So we'll see how this tape plays out right now, but driver on the freshest tires in the top 10 looks like is Donnie Kite, Josh Adams, and Hunter Sr. Those 3 drivers.
Also, keep in mind, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, he stayed out a little bit longer than the race leaders of Moreno and Peach. He has cut that gap down to a 1.5 seconds. He had to work through a lap machine there of Mark Kisweather, but he is hunting down Ethan Fonseca Moreno right now. He's actually been about 3-4 tenths faster per lap than our race leader Ethan Fonseca Moreno. So Jurgensmeyer really on the move right now, trying to chase him down. I don't think he'll get there in time for the stage, but he's definitely going to be in a good shot if he can keep this gap, keep this time up. Definitely be there at the shot to take that race lead, not too much longer.
Yeah, definitely. As we're coming to the end of stage number 2 as well, Moreno, as Peaches closed down the gap as well. Maybe Moreno saving some tires here. possibly at the end of the stage, making sure he has enough tire life to go the whole distance. We've only been on these tires for about 10 laps or so. But Peach within about half a second now for the race lead. Has 2 laps to go in this stage.
As that time by, Moreno picked it back up a little bit. He's running 30.9. He's now last time by running 30.798. So he's picked up just about a tenth of a second there for Ethan Moreno. But Hunter Peach now half a second back. But now they got the 24 Cole Steiner right between him and Jonathan Jorgensmeyer. Jorgensmeyer, he's trying to chase him down. He's got really good pace. He's been about 4 tenths faster than race leader for Ethan Moreno, but one to go here for the stage. Not going to be able to get there enough, but they can't find their way by Cole Steiner. Cole Steiner getting a connection flag earlier, 2 laps down right now, just trying to fight back to get 1 lap down. He's trying to hold on to this kind of where he's at right now. So maybe he can get a good time caution to maybe get back to 1 down. But so far, Jonathan Jorgensmeyer trying to find his way back to the bottom there. Now Ethan Moreno across the line there. He'll pick up stage number 2. So Ethan Moreno sweeping both stages. White flag. Sorry, 1 more lap for the stage. But Moreno trying to pick up stage number 2 here. Can Peach close him down? Just 3 tenths of a second. Right now Moreno looking to pick up stage number 2. Keep in mind, no caution for the stage there as well. But meanwhile, right in the back, Jorgensmeyer cannot get by the lap machine of Cole Steiner. But there goes Ethan Moreno. He'll pick up stage at number 2, sweeps both stages of the night. He'll clear into turn number 1. He's still clear about 3 tenths of Hunter Peach into turn number 1. But Jonathan Jorgensmeyer cannot get by Cole Steiner. He's really holding up Jonathan Jorgensmeyer. He's really holding up Jorgensmeyer, as Jorgensmeyer, he's had a really good pace through this run since the pit stop. But he cannot find his way by that 24 machine. He's holding him up, and now he's stuck behind Steiner once again, and that's really hurting that 00 machine.
Yeah, Cole Steiner just trying to stay ahead, I guess. Maybe try to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. But he's very aggressive right now, and Jorgensmeyer having a tough time even trying to get up the Peach. He came into the car in between them, so he can't even do much right now. And then the dirty air is just too bad where you can't really do much at all to get around the stop traffic.
And maybe your best bet, maybe try to go to the outside and try and get by him that way, but he's not happy over the radio as you would expect. But down the front straightaway, Jorgensmeyer is just trying to get there, but he's just now stuck to stagnant about 7 tenths of a second back as he's stuck right behind that 24 machine. And his lap time is now plateaued. If he was able to get by Snyder a lot quicker, he probably could have had a shot to maybe get up to Moreno for the race lead, but now he's just stuck behind there, trying to burn up his tires, trying to get by Snyder, and now he's starting to lose a little bit of time as Snyder kind of holding him up still. Hunter Peach with a really good run through 3 and 4 out on the outside lane. As actually such a good run. Moreno's gonna have to block to the bottom. As now Peach will go to the outside. Gonna get his nose just barely there, but now through the corner, Moreno will have the shorter distance and he'll have the dirty air in advantage off of turn number 2, and so slide up in front of Peach, and Peach getting a little bit tight there in that dirty air. So I'll have to see if he can gather that back in the 3 and 4, but Peach clawing back in, even with the lap or 2 fresher tires. He's starting to claw that back in for the race lead, but I think Moreno kind of backed up a little bit, just trying to save his tires. Didn't want to try and extend that lead too much. But now Moreno looking like he's starting to try and pull away now.
As Jorgensmeyer back there for third, guy around a Snyder lap car, and moves himself 1 spot ahead on the racetrack, but still in 3rd place. But he has a chance now to catch up to Hunter Peach and Ethan Moreno as well.
Yeah, but I think the damage are already done to his tires. It's gonna be really tough to get back up through the field. See what he can do, but he's now about 7 tenths of a second back still. Now about 8 tenths. So he lost another 10th there to our race leader.
As Marcus Miller and Cole Steiner side by side. So far. And Moreno pretty much dominating here tonight. Obviously, the only laps he hasn't led with a pit stop cycle pretty much, and got around Hunter Peach quickly as well. But Peach, he closed the gap down, and Jorgensmeyer as well closed the gap down. So it's really a 3-car race right now for the race lead, and it's all going to come down the road to this last pit stop and the last pit stop strategy. Who will pit early, who will pit later? And I mean, right now it looks like maybe the the overcut might be the better option. I mean, Peach is doing well with the undercut as well, just hanging around. So it's really hard to say which strategy is the right call here for this last pit stop if we do stay green the whole way.
Especially we're gonna have a pretty wide margin of stops because they can go about 47 laps. I mean, most of them pitted around lap 40, so everyone's looking to just kind of split this race in thirds right now. And so far, Moreno holding that race lead for now. Starting to pull away a little bit from Moreno. I mean, we're seeing a lot of different strategies. As we saw Jurgensmeyer stay out a little bit longer, he was able to close the gap in, but wasn't able to fully close it because he had to get by Cole Snyder there.
Nick Capiak getting held off by Cole Snyder as well. Lap traffic, as this could be a battle here for fourth place, as here comes that 51 machine. A good run down off of turn 4, as just lap traffic could be a factor as well in tonight's finish, possibly, as we already seen that earlier tonight.
Yeah, and it seems like Cole Snyder kind of holding this lap traffic back up the field a little bit. Is now Capiak struggling to get by Snyder. Maggio's right there, right behind, ready to take advantage of it. Can't find his way by yet down the front straightaway. Maggio goes to the apron as Capiak finally gets by Cole Snyder. Cole Snyder trying to fight as hard as he can. He's 2 laps down, needs a lot of help. He wants to get back on lead lap now.
Cole Snyder, more contact.
It's contact. He's getting to the outside wall. That's going to be heavy damage for Cole Snyder.
As I think it was some sort of netcode possibly off of turn 2. Initially, which got Snyder a bit loose there. Take a replay of that one real quick. Yeah, just right there, kind of, yeah,
there.
Very weird incident. Yeah, it's right there. It clipped the rear ends, and Snyder's in the outside wall, bounced off of it there.
So far, Moreno holding the lead as he's put the gap back out to a second once again. So just like it was at the end of that first run, as we're closing back in. So Moreno seems very strong in the final 10 laps of the run. He's able to put so much time into everybody else. As field kind of spread out a little bit now. Closest battle really between here, Nick Capiak and Steven Maggio. This kind of similar battle back between Dylan Chapel, Josh Huddle back for 10th, around a similar gap, about 4/10 of a second. John Barker, the only driver 1 lap down right now, so if he did get that caution, does get a caution, he will be the free pass, and he'll be able to drive his way back through the field.
As Josh Adams coming off pit lane right now, first driver to come down into the stall. So very early pit stop for that 12 machine.
Still able to make it now, 42 laps to go here, so has enough time left in the race. This is the pit window is open for these drivers, so just gonna start to see some of these drivers start to come down pit road. As there goes Josh Arnold. He'll go by pit 99 of Dylan Chapel. We'll see who will pit first out of this top 3 between Moreno, Peach, and Jurgensmeyer. Those seem to be the 3 battling for the win. 2 will come down pit road first out of all of them.
As Mike Kimball down pit lane now.
As Mike Campbell comes out pit road, he's already 2 laps down, just hoping something goes his way the rest of this one. As Hunter Peach and John Jurgensmeyer kind of closing the gap between each other as they have to work their way by Jared Skinner. Steven Adji was able to get by Nick Kapiak for that 4th place spot. Donnie Kite not too far behind if they make contact, but Hapiak trying to fight back to get back to Steven Maggio, but Maggio looking strong here later in this one. He started all the way back in 19th tonight, so Maggio's working his way up through the field, having a really strong run in that 51 machine. He has 3 wins already of the season.
Yeah, he won at Las Vegas, Michigan, and Atlanta. Missed a few races in between as well, so currently sitting well to the points with 5 starts, 5 out of 9 starts. So he definitely could be one to watch out for if he can make all these races in the playoffs as well. That 51 machine. Definitely a quick driver. And also not qualifying, obviously starting 19th here tonight. We've been good the whole way, and currently in 4th place. He's probably not going to be able to have enough time to maybe get up to the top 3 spots. But we still have 1 more pit stop left, so maybe a crazy strategy call could go his way. Maybe take 2 tires only, maybe something like that. But currently still a great running spot here for that 51 machine. And a good point stay as well.
That usually just call it maybe takes 2 tires, so we'll see if Maggio maybe takes 2 tires and everyone else in front of him takes 4. Could be a good strategy call. I think we'll probably see majority of these the top runners take 2 tires. It seems to be what works the most. Is Mark Kiswimmer, he'll come down pit road already 4 laps down after getting involved with contact with Jared Skinner earlier in this race. And so far, Moreno still dominant about a second and a half now, not gaining as much as he was at the end of the first run, but Peach trying to hold close enough. As Peach, if he stays close enough within 2 seconds, if he tries to undercut Moreno again, he can stay out in front of Moreno, jump in front of him. But Jurgensmeyer also is the one to go a little bit longer than the race leaders, and actually he's gonna end up being a net gain. He's only about 2. He'll probably only fall to about 3 seconds behind, so that could work out for Jurgensmeyer. He can really gain a lot of time staying out a little bit longer as Moreno in that first run pitted on lap 44. Jurgensmeyer pitted on lap 47 with everybody else, so a 3-lap difference. He was able to be about 4/10 of a second quicker for at least a good five or so laps, and then he got held up by Cole Snyder. So we could see a kind of mixed strategies here. Moreno will stay out on the racetrack for now. Peach staying out more, but we're under 40 to go. I don't think we'll see them go much longer here. I think some of these drivers to come down pit road within the next 5 laps.
Yeah, obviously these drivers should be pitting here pretty soon, as Peach probably will be the first one down pit lane because he did pit earliest last time as well. But it seemed to work out pretty well for him this run. I mean, he had a chance possibly to gain past Moreno, but just over the course of a longer run, Moreno's just tire saving ability is just way better than Hunter Peach. But I assume pit stop topping here probably next 5 laps or so.
Hunter Peach is just a couple hundred slower per lap, maybe a 10th here and there. He's just losing a little bit more time. I wouldn't want to stay out much longer if I'm him. Already had the undercut. You're already a little bit longer than what you already went in that first run. Peach went in that first run, pitted on lap 40. He's already going 44 laps into this one, so it's about time for him to pit. And this race has really flown by here from Kansas tonight as we've been green so far all night long. We have not seen a caution. Still a lot of time for one to happen, but we're coming into the final 30 laps of this one. Peach is staying out on the racetrack. Looks like he's going to stay even further, but I think you don't want to stay out too much longer if you're Peach. You're already slower. I think you just kind of want to bite the bullet and pit now. You're not going to lose too much time pitting now and maybe getting a few lap undercut, because you can only go about 5 more laps for some of these drivers.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I'm just going to try to stretch out as long as he can. Maybe Austin could come out.
He can only really go about 2 more laps on fuel. as everyone else pitted about 47. So it's, the majority of the field came down on lap 47. He had 2 drivers coming on lap 48. So 47 seems to be the number for these drivers to make it. He's been running the top a lot this run here to the tail end of this run. So I think he's going to have to pit this time or next time by for Hunter Peach. And we'll see how much longer will Moreno stay out. He can go probably about 3-4 laps longer than Peach. But will he pull it down to the exact same time? Same with Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. He can go about 3-4 laps longer than Ethan Van Second Moreno. So how long will Jurgensmeyer stay out? You don't want to stay out too long either, because if you stay out too long, you might not give yourself enough time to catch back up. As there goes Peach down pit road, right in front of Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. So here comes Hunter Peach. He's trying to get that undercut. He's about 2.3 seconds back when he pitted. Now, can he gain 2.3 with an undercut and jump out in front of Moreno once again? Now, also, does he take 2 tires or does he take 4 tires? And what does Moreno do this time by? As Moreno's through 3 and 4, he's running to the bottom. He'll stay he'll stay on the racetrack. So Moreno gonna put him a lap down here, but 2 tires are for Hunter Peach. He'll go up for the 2 right side tires there. Looks like he'll stay in and he'll go up for left. So 4 tires for Hunter Peach. Jurgensmeyer staying on the racetrack, 3.8 seconds back. He's stuck behind Sam Waite now. Jurgensmeyer has to try and hope this undercut works out for him. He's really bleeding time now, this late into the run.
Looks like Peach took 4
can only go about
tires
2 more
there.
laps. So yeah, Peach taking 4 tires, but Moreno can only go about 1 to 2 more laps here. He's still staying out of the racetrack. Completes lap number 88 in the 88 machine in the race lead. 28 laps to go. Looking good for that double 8 machine, that 88 machine out in the race lead. 4 seconds ahead, out in the race lead over Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Moreno, how much longer does he stay out? Moreno will come down pit road. Jurgensmeyer also coming down pit road as well. So 2 race leaders. So Jurgensmeyer giving up pretty much his advantage he had as an overcut. Now, does he take 2 tires and maybe try and jump in front of Moreno? Does Moreno take 2 tires? And if they both take 2 tires, does Hunter Peach have enough grip on the 4 tires and he's faster enough on the 4 tires? Does he catch the race leaders? So we'll see how that plays out. Moreno down into his stall. As Hunter Peach just has the fast lap, 29.805 on his 4 fresh tires. Where would he cycle out in front? Would he cycle out in front of Moreno? Moreno will take 2 tires for now. We'll see. I think looking like he's going to stay in his stall.
4.
He'll take 4 tires. John Jurgensmeyer doing the same.
Also 4 as well, yeah. As
so now Hunter Peach, where does he cycle out in front? He's coming across the line now.
I think he's a little too far back.
On the apron. It looks like it's going to be about the exact same as it was after the first run. Hunter Peach off of turn number 2. I don't think he's going to have enough.
I think Moreno's got him.
Moreno's going to get it. He's going to get up to speed down to the 3 and 4. And Hunter Peach, 2-lap undercut, not going to be enough. We'll see how well can he hold on. He was able to stay close enough within the 20 laps of the last run. He was able to close the gap in, had a shot at the race lead. So we'll see. Only a 2-lap disadvantage. It could be okay. He was able to close it down after about 20 laps in that second run, and only 20 laps to go, just over 20 laps to go. So this is the opportunity for Hunter Peach to close the gap in. Jurgensmeyer really far in the back. Is that strategy not playing out the way he hoped for? Steven Maggio comes down pit road.
I think Mark Kissmiller may have spun on pit road entry there. Yeah, he did. The banking to
so
pit
a lot
road
of strategies.
entry.
Nathan Lamon staying out a little bit longer. Looks like it'll be the last driver to pit. Will be Nathan Lamon. He's still staying out, hoping for a caution. Still a lot can happen. You can see a pit road, someone wreck it off the pit road exit.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times here at Kansas. There's a few bumps there on the apron off the pit road exit.
Moreno putting the time into Hunter Peach, but the problem for now for Ethan Van Second Moreno, he's got to get by Cole Snyder. As Cole Snyder, how hard will he fight? As he doesn't have any fight left in those tires, so he'll fall behind Ethan Van Second Moreno there. As Hunter Peach about a second back from Moreno. A little bit slower, already on the older tires. 3/10 of his lap slower last time by. Looks like Moreno trying to drive away and take this one. as Nathan Lemon staying out of the racetrack. As really, he was one of those drivers who pitted a lap 47, so we can pretty much go all the way to about 94, so 95. So I think Lemon will have to pit this time by. I believe he is pitting this time by. He was over the radio. Those goes Nathan Lemon. So Nathan Lemon from the race lead, they'll pit and we'll cycle everyone for their second stop. So now Ethan Fonseca will inherit the race lead once again. When we cross the line, it'll be 21 laps to go. Will not lead this lap though, as Nathan Lemon will lead that lap down pit road. So a lot can happen, but so far, Josh Adams though actually in front of Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. Jurgensmeyer trying to fight back on the outside lane. Here comes Steven Maggio to the inside, 3 wide for that spot. This is the battle for that third place, fourth or fifth net fourth place spot. As Jurgensmeyer on the outside lane and Maggio on the bottom, they split Josh Adams and Maggio all the way on the bottom. Power move on the inside. He'll clear up in front of Jurgensmeyer. He'll take that spot away. He'll slot into P5 once they cycle in front of Nathan Lemon. As Donnie Kite and Nick Capiak, the next target.
They took 2 tires.
Steven Maggio.
That's why they're ahead of Jurgensmeyer, as Maggio also taking 2 tires as well. So a couple of drivers taking 2 tires, as we mentioned before. The top 2 not. As here comes Peach. He's closed the gap down on Moreno. Moreno maybe you're on some lap traffic there of Kissenweather. As the gap down to 3/10.
Really sitting on the outside lane is where Peach is going. I think Moreno just he got knows how to save it. He pushes a little bit in the first 5 laps and really backs off his pace and allows the drivers behind to close the gap, but not enough to maybe mount an attack. And then he just drops the hammer in the last part of the run and pulls away. But how careful, he's got to be a little bit careful. Now Hunter Peach, how aggressive will he get for this move? He's trying to get to the outside lane, but he cannot get within about 3/10 of a second. The dirty air, just too much of a factor in the outside lane, not giving him enough of a run to close the gap. As when Moreno slides up off the exit, it just gives just enough dirty air for Peach to kind of slow off his run. But Kissenweather right behind them though. Kissenweather trying to get his lap back the hard way. He's currently 6 laps down, getting caught up in an incident earlier in this one. It's going to work out for for Hunter Beach. If he lets Kissenweather go, Kissenweather tries to battle in front of, tries to get up into Ethan Fonseca Moreno and get his lap back. Could help out Ethan Fonseca Moreno, but I think right now Moreno holding the lead, and now Kissenweather trying to take that second spot away. Nick Capiak though, 1.2 seconds back. He's closing the gap in for the race lead as well. Last time by, 2/10 faster on the 2 tires for Nick Capiak. Keep an eye on that 6 machine.
Yeah, maybe the rotation on those 2 right side tires usually makes the car a little bit looser, could help it turn a little bit better, which would be very helpful here at Kansas with coming to 16 laps to go this time by.
Nick Capiak drives into the bottom in 3 and 4, gets right behind Hunter Peach. Hunter Peach will shut the door, giving the dirty air to the 6 machine. Kite, Capiak gonna go up the racetrack, Kite right behind him. It almost does the same thing. Within a second now of the race lead for Ethan Fonseca Moreno, but they have 3 cars of dirty air in front of him. He's got Peach, Kissenweather, and Moreno of dirty air to combat, and now he's within 2/10 of a second of Hunter Peach, and he's trying to stall it out again. So dirty air playing a factor, and it seems like who can combat the dirty air the best. Capiak trying to fight on the bottom, just can't find his way by yet.
Yeah, Peach doing a good job using that dirty air to his advantage right now. The lap traffic ahead, Mark Kissenweather on those fresher tires. He's probably going to get able to get around Ethan Fonseca Moreno. How much will that slow down Moreno here off of turn number 2?
Moreno holding the race lead. He's pulling away from their guys behind him just a little bit, but he's got Kissenweather right behind him, pretty much giving them a little bit extra dirty air. Kissenweather's trying to get his lap back, and Moreno's just trying to run the line on the bottom, and that's giving dirty air to both lanes for the drivers behind, so it's just helping him. Really, Kissenweather trying to find his way by, but he's not able to do it. Capiak can't find his way by Peach. He can't use the outside because Peach is using the outside, but on the bottom, he's got Ethan Fonseca Moreno just about a second ahead of him, giving him dirty air. But now Peach will run a little bit lower on the racetrack than Capiak. Capiak tries to fight back, maybe a scrape of the wall there, but he just can't stay within 2/10 of a second. And he's going to drive it into 3 and 4 here. It's just not enough. I don't think the dirty just cannot combat the dirty air. Peach is doing just fine defending for the 2nd place spot.
Has 13 laps to go right now. Top 4 within a second of each other. As also look who's in that 5th place spot, that 51 machine of Maggio. He's catching up quickly to these drivers as well. So we can see a 5-car battle here for the race lead, or at least a 4-car battle for second possibly, as Ethan Moreno continues to pull away here late in this one.
Yeah, it's really Peach is pretty much playing blocker for him. As Happy cannot find his way by. As Peach is just fighting on for second, running his own race. He knows Moreno's probably just gone at this point. And he's just trying to hold on as much as he can for that second place spot. How aggressive will these drivers get for that move? As next time by will him with 11 laps to go. The laps are winding down. We're happy to try and get by, but I think his tires are just burnt up now, trying to find his way by Peach. I don't think he's got anything for the race leader, even on second Moreno right now.
As going off for turn number 4, here comes Happyack. But Peach just seems like a little bit better off for turn 4 there. As Happyack to the bottom of the racetrack, Peach has got some dirty air from kissing with up ahead. As we're going to be almost side by side for turn number 2.
Not able to do it though. The run's just too good from the outside lane for Peach. Just can't find his way by. Coming to 10 laps to go. Is it gonna be enough for Happyack? He's within 9/10 of a second. He's kind of even with Ethan Moreno, but if he can just get in front of Peach, does he have enough time to chase him down? He fights back to the bottom. Can't get to the quarter panel of Hunter Peach off of turn number 4. He's gonna do it again down to the turn number 1. He just can't find his way by. Desperately trying to get down to the bottom, trying to get out of the dirty air, but the dirty air is just too strong for Hunter Peach and working too well. He just to the back bumper though for Nick Happyack. He's gonna get it off the outside wall off turn number 2, and that's gonna cost him a lot of time.
And coming to 9 laps here this time by. As Balfour placed there, Donnie Kite getting past there for 4th. As Maggio up the 4th place, Kite down the 5th. Can he maybe work himself up to 2nd place here late in this one?
The Maggio, he's had the pace. He's got the same pace as our race leader, Ethan Moreno, a little bit quicker here and there, but I don't think at this pace he's got enough to get to Moreno, but he's got pace to get by Happyack, because Happyack's tires burned off trying to get by Peach, as Kissweather, he'll get out of the way. I believe he got the wall up to number 2, so that gives clean air to Hunter Peach now. Could allow one of these drivers to close the gap in, but now Maggio in the dirty air of Nick Happyack can't find his way by. 8 laps to go here from Kansas as Moreno pulling away.
As can Happyack hold on to 3rd, and maybe they can catch up to Hunter Peach if they work together. But later in this round, it's going to be hard to make these moves on these older tires as well. Tires about 20 laps old, but here comes Maggio. Easy run off of turn 4, side by side for 3rd place. Across the stripe they go. Down in turn 1, easily clear for 3rd. Now they're going to try to chase down Hunter Peach for 2nd here with 7 laps to go here at Kansas.
And Moreno has been putting the hammer down. He's now a 2nd ahead of Peach, and his tires are perfectly fine now. He's not losing time to anyone behind him. Now Peach holding on to 2nd, and he's about 7/10 of a second over Steven Maggio. Maggio on the 2 tires, slowly closing the gap down, just about 0.02 of a second faster that time by. And for Peach, it was 7.95. Maggio 7.51. Not close enough here with 6 laps to go. Maggio find his way by.
And 5.5 laps to go. He needs about a 10th a lap here, which I think he does have the pace to do it. We'll see how that dirty air affects him. As Peach has been really good staying at 2nd place spot, using the dirty air to his advantage. Happyack tried to get around him. He was not able to get around that 20 machine. But we'll see here with 5 to go now here at Kansas. Ethan Moreno has that race lead about 1.2 seconds. He's looking really good up ahead. Looks like no lap traffic really going to be involved here late in this one.
And Moreno's got the clean air. He's just able to stay out in front. Maggio last time by, 6.52, Peach 8.48, so it's working well for Maggio. He had the run to the middle of the racetrack, but now Peach migrates up to the middle of the racetrack, trying to take the air away from that 51 machine behind him. Maggio, keep in mind, started back in 19th tonight. He's trying to work his way up to the top. He's trying to work his way up to 2nd before the end of this one. What a drive it's been for that 51 machine. Does he have enough time to chase down Peach? He just can't get within about a half a second right now. Maggi will take it to the top lane. Gonna put those left sides on that top seam. He'll cut under it, trying to get the run off turn number 4. And I think the lap time starting to stall out. Hunter Peach able to use the dirty as advantage of the 4 tires just starting to kick in now. He's a 10th slower last time by, but still has 4/10 of a second. This time by will be 2 laps to go for Ethan Fonseca Moreno. He's just begging to get to the white flag and praying we go flag to flag. He does not want to see an overtime here, but right now Maggio trying to get there to Hunter Peach, but just not close enough. He gets the run through 3 and 4. He'll stink behind the dirty air once again. He closes the gap in, and just within about 3/10 of a second here with 2 to go. 3 miles left for the race leaders.
2 laps to go. Like you said, Moreno just does not want to see that yellow flag here. As he's all of turn 2, down the back straightaway. It's going to be Bow here for second, though, late in this one.
Through 3 and 4, off of turn number 4. 1 more lap to go for Ethan Fonseca Moreno as our go time cards 1 to go here from Kansas Speedway. Maggio sitting in 3rd. Does he have it up for Peach? He's 2/10 of a second back. He's going to drive it in deep into turn number 1. Going to try and get as close as he can to the back bumper of Hunter Peach. Not going to be enough. I don't think he's going to get the run off turn number 2 to have a shot at the 4. He's going to get low off turn number 2. He stays not too far behind, but I don't think he's got enough into 3 and 4. Moreno for the race lead, though. Out in front is Maggio. One last attempt into 1. Not going to do it, but off turn 4. Domination at its finest. Ethan Fonseca Moreno will win at Kansas, and Hunter Peach will hold off Steven Maggio for second. Maggio will round out in P number 3 from starting back in 19th. What a drive for that 51 machine, but Ethan Fonseca Moreno, dominant performance tonight. Flag to flag race, and what a win for Ethan Fonseca Moreno.
Yeah, green the checker, no cautions in between. Moreno sweeps the stages and wins the race, wins the pole. Pretty much a grand slam from him, leads the most laps as well, by far. I don't think we had a single green flag pass for the lead as well, other than the pit cycles. What a dominating performance here tonight for Ethan Fonseca Moreno.
Yeah, Moreno, just a dominant performance. He got the pole, and it just all night long, he kind of seemed like he just kind of stayed around. Got a little bit of the gap at the start of the run, but then kind of gave it up a little bit. Strategically gave it up, saved his tires a little bit more between kind of that middle part of the run. The final bit of the run, he just hammered down, and he pulled away, and no one could compete with that number 88 machine of Ethan Fonseca Moreno, and now he burns it down here on the front straightaway. And top of the performance tonight, easily leading the most laps of the night. The flag race just taking 1 hour 54 seconds. So really quick race here from Kansas tonight, but Moreno burns it down. He celebrates here from Kansas. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back here from Kansas.
Is going to take the victory 128 laps without a pit stop.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win.
Saturday Night Racing League and throwback at Charlotte goes to Josh Adams.
NextGenCupDesigns.com, we specialize in transforming your vehicle into a work of art by revolutionizing the way you see your car with the hottest trends in sim racing. Choose from a wide range of colors, textures, finishes to promote your business and sponsors in style. Whether you're looking to add a sleek matte finish, a flashy chrome accent, or a custom design that turns heads, our designers have you covered. If you want to stand out in the crowd, visit njbdesigns.com today and let our team of professionals transform your vision into reality.
Welcome back here to Kansas Speed as we just wrapped up race number 11 of the NAOR Cup Series season. As before we get to our top two news, let's take a look at our finishing results for tonight's race here from Kansas that went green to checkered. Ethan Fonseca Moreno dominant performance tonight, easily had the most laps. He will take the race win. Hunter Beach fends off hard charging Steven Maggio there in the final few laps. He'll take second. Steven Maggio will pick up third. Nick Capiak will round out fourth tonight. Jonathan Jerkentine will finish fifth. Donnie Kate sixth. Josh Adams in seventh. Hunter Senior will finish eighth. And Nathan Lamont in ninth. And Josh Arnold rounds the top 10. Finishing 11th tonight will be the three of Kyle Taub. Brock Morris finishing 12th, Jonathan Parker in 13th, Jared Skinner in 14th, Stan Wade in 15th, and Mike Campbell in 16th, 15th of Marcus Weather finishing 17th, Kyle Steiner in 18th, John Osborne in 19th, and running 20th, Dylan Chappell, and running our 21 car field tonight, out in an incident earlier, Zach Amir rounding out in 21st tonight. The race winner of Ethan Fonseca Moreno, a dominant performance. He is not in the Discord just yet, so I can't find him yet. So Ethan Fonseca Moreno currently waiting, we're ready to get him into the booth, but we'll go backwards instead. So we'll bring in our third place finisher of Steven Maggio. Steven Maggio able to take a two-tire strategical there late in that final run, try to chase down Hunter Beach. What do you think? What do you think he's doing differently there to maybe steal that second place away?
I don't know about second. I feel like I could have won. I had like one of my sloppiest races ever. I started in the back, and of course we go green the whole way, which is awesome, by the way. That's awesome. And then, yeah, I slid onto pit road on my first stop, so that cost me like a second. I was very surprised it only cost me a second. And then Cole Snyder decided he wanted to race, like he wanted the entire field to hate him, so that cost me like another second and a half. And then slid through my pitch stall on the third stop, so like every facet of the race I kind of messed up a little bit. And I still only finished 1.9 seconds behind him, so I feel like, you know, if I just don't make those mistakes, I could have won the race. But yeah, two tires was 100% the call on that final run. It freed up the car a ton. I couldn't believe how much freer it was. Like I blew by everyone. I pit and I came out right behind Jurg, and I think I only had like one lap fresher tires, and I blew by him right away and pulled away, and I was passing everyone else too. And I really think it was just because of taking two tires made my car a lot faster. I don't know, but I'll keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah, and you had those two-tire call there. Just kind of how did that call kind of stem from, and how did the handling out there compared to the four and the two tires? How did that play out as well?
Yeah, that was kind of my strategy, just to try to do something different. There were really, in my mind, the only two strategies were to take four tires on both stops and like split it into equal thirds, or to run the first two long and then take two tires on the end. And now I wish I almost took two tires on both stops because I was so much faster on two. But yeah, I figured if I could have a shorter pit stop, and then it's such a tight track that I figured it would free me up. No, I didn't know it would free me up that much, but I thought it would free me up a little bit, so I wouldn't really lose any track time. You know, I wouldn't be slower on two tires, and then also have the faster pit stop, and it worked beautifully. I just wish I didn't shoot myself in the foot the whole race before that.
Yeah, but regardless, you're still able to pick up a very solid third place run tonight. Before sitting up on the way, any sponsor link for tonight's third place run?
Just shout out Josh Arnold. I mean, in the current state of iRacing, to have a league go completely green the entire race is really awesome, because all these other leagues I do are just like you get a million cautions, and you do officials, you get a million cautions. So shout out to him on running a league that can go green the whole way, because we need more of that, and I wish we could get more of that. But I love that we have it in here, and I think that's really about it. Shout out you in the booth, obviously, for broadcasting. Thank you. And yeah, good win to Ethan. So
Now, once again, congrats on your third place finish. We'll see you next week at Texas.
Cool. Thank you. Have a good night.
So, Stephen Maggio, our third place finisher, will bring on our second place finisher of Hunter Peach. Hunter Peach trying to fend off as hard as he could in the final run there, trying to hold off Stephen Maggio and Nick Hapiak there. How were you able to do it and hold off the second there as you try to chase down Moreno for the race win as well?
First off, Aaron, I just want to say it's been a very long time since I talked to you. Yeah, I don't know how. It's been a while since I've been on the podium, and I like to count myself as washed in a way, even though I'm not. But all in all, practice and everything went pretty smooth, and like the way the tires feel. And 1 and 2 was kind of a struggle with the aero tightness when you're behind somebody, and 3 and 4 was just more if you can hold it wide open. I think you could hold on. So, mainly just a lot of aero blocking, to say the least.
And you had that aero block. There's a lot of aero blocking. A lot of dirty air was a big factor tonight. But you also tried to get out in front earlier. Did a little bit of undercut. So what was your kind of game plan there? Was trying to get out in front and trying to air block, but just what was your game plan with that strategy there as well?
I really don't know. It was a mixture of both. One to run it long, one to run it short, but still having a little bit of tire where it left to defend off on a long run. I noticed me and Ethan were pretty even for the most part every run until about 10 laps, 15 laps left on my tires, and he started to gap me a little bit by a second. So it was kind of just try to get in front of him, and every time I did, he just drove underneath me, and I don't know how, but I couldn't really ever get in front of him to ever try to even have a chance to defend it. But props to him. He ran a phenomenal race, and we'll gratefully take second after the points we need.
Yeah, and a very solid run for you tonight here in the second. But before we send it off on our way, any sponsored thing for tonight's second place run?
Got to shout out, my buddy Tyler for spotting me. He kept me calm. Today was kind of a rough day on me, just not good mentally wise. So he's keeping me cool today to be able to focus on this race, which helped a lot. And then shout out to Reem and this whole 20 pit crew. They did good. Sucks we couldn't get them in the win. Victory lane, but we keep fighting. I don't know where we go next week. I think we have a shot. My Discord kind of crashed, so I don't know.
Yeah, go to Texas next week, so that'll definitely be a fun one. Kind of another mile and a half, so gonna be unique though, because you had the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 a little bit differently. But once again, congrats on your second place finish. We'll see you next week at Texas.
I'll see you on my home state.
So that was our second place finisher of Hunter Peach. We'll bring in our third place of our race winner of Ethan Fonseca Moreno. A very dominant performance tonight. You got the pole, led pretty much the whole entire thing. How are you able to get it done? And just what was your game plan throughout that run to try and save your tires?
Yeah, it's just managing tires at the front while trying to hold off the guys behind as well. Yeah, the clean air was just, at least for me, for sure, because I had clean air all race. So it was definitely key keeping guys behind and all that and saving my stuff. So I was able to run my own race, not really have to worry too much about the guys behind. Just had an advantage on tires for most of this race. So it was a little interesting, though, kind of in the last stop. I was kind of monitoring people who I was monitoring Steven especially because he was fast, and as he always is. And he took the 2-tire call, and I went with the safe strategy there to take 4, and I was hoping that he wouldn't come out in front or anything because I don't know how good 2 tires were, and I didn't want to experiment it either because I had such a good race going. So, and if something would have messed it up, I wouldn't want to do it that way. So, but turns out 2 tires were fast. So, yeah, good to learn for next time we come around here. And yeah, just very, very nice, clean race today.
Yeah, especially with that, just with that clean race as well. Pit stop, having to make 2 green flag stops. Just how important was getting on and off pit road tonight as well, being a big factor. We saw Jonathan Parker and a few other drivers get a penalty there. So just kind of, how was that? How was your aggression on and off pit road? Just make sure you kind of just don't get penalties.
I was pretty conservative. I had a marker for where I wanted to start braking at, and had my bias set to where I wanted to. So that I wouldn't spin getting a pit road or anything. So yeah, just super easy for myself, and didn't have to make things any tougher on myself either. So yeah, I heard that there's some people who had some speeding penalties and all that, so just being a little aggressive or whatnot. So hate to have it to happen to JP, because we were gonna have a pretty good race there.
Yeah, but you're still able to hold off for the race win. But before we send you off on the way, any sponsors would you like to thank for tonight's race win?
Carolina Carports being on the car for tonight. Shout out to my boy Zilich, CZ, running his paint scheme, and shout out to JP, Steven, everybody, really everybody, for keeping it clean tonight and going caution free. You guys as well for putting on a good broadcast.
And once again, congrats on your race win. We'll see you next week at Texas.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So it was our race winner, Ethan Fonseca Moreno. A very dominant performance here tonight. And it was definitely a fun one, from flag to flag here from tonight. Definitely an interesting one. They made pit stops be very important. A lot of different pit strategies there we saw. But it was overall Moreno able to take it to the house, able to lead pretty much the majority of the race, most laps led, and able to win dominant performance tonight. But going into next week at Texas, another mile and a half, but a little bit differently, because now Texas very different corners compared to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that'll definitely be a new challenge next week at Texas.
Yeah, definitely. It's 1.5 mile track, but the race is nothing like Kansas at all. So it'll be different. Probably more tire wear as well, maybe right front with how low the banking is 1 and 2. A lot more braking involved as well, and that'll be interesting as well. I mean, probably more dirtier even at Texas than it was tonight at Kansas, but anyway, should be a fun one there, and long at Texas and Fort Worth.
And we'll see you next week at Texas. But coming up next year on the Legends Racing Network with Sunday morning at Watkins Glen for 9:50 a.m. Eastern Time for the Bonfire Racing League on Sunday morning. And on Thursday night, we'll have the Undisputed Cup Series at Michigan at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time for their playoff race number 3, their cutoff race for the round of 10. So they'll go down from 10 to 5, their championship 5, to make their final 3 races. So Michigan for the cutoff race on Thursday night. And next week on Friday night, we'll have the NAOR Cup Series. We'll be back at Texas at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Next Friday night, and at Superstar Cup a little bit of a break as they just wrapped up their season. We'll pick up Superstar ARCA West in a few back in October, so we'll pick that season up again in about a month and a half's time there as well. But it was definitely a fun one here from Kansas tonight, and we'll hope to see you next time. We are the Legends Racing Network. I'm Aaron Brown, joined alongside my co-commentator and producer of Talon Drink tonight. So long, here from Kansas.